Hello everyone! Welcome to Magic Item Tech Gamedev Vlog, episode 11. I disappeared for a month again and many friends already asked difficult questions. Where am I? Where's the next entry? What's up with the game I plan to finish in 4 months, but still working on it after 6? And my favorite one, last month you kind of promised to have an open beta and a complete game by now. How's it going? The title of this episode, Quality over Quantity, is the best answer I can give. I really believe in what I'm doing and the way I'm doing it. I know it's a bit crazy. Game development is about risk management, and this project is becoming more and more risky day by day. I risk losing a lot of money and losing the ability to continue full-time game making. But the thing is, the game was not good 2 months ago. I could have rushed it to market, I really could, but my ghost whispered to me and I had to follow its lead. I'm in this for the love of it, and for the love of the craft as a whole. I want to make games and continue making games for a living, but at the same time I want to be good at it, and be proud of what I make. Now with this confession out of the way, let's jump onto the progress I made in the last 4 weeks, and the first topic, which is polish. Few people said to me based on my last entry that the game starts to look really polished. I felt really happy about that because I haven't actually started on my planned polishing tasks. Besides composing the soundtrack and working on finalizing and balancing game systems, the last few weeks were spent on polishing the look and feel of the game, and I started with player movement. First I added some sprite effects which fades out over time. This is a great visual cue to show the direction and the old positions of the player, and also makes the dusty and old dungeon image more believable. Then a subtle bounce was put on top of the original player movement transition. It does not seem like a big addition, but it does make it feel more like walking than the old Moonwalker dance move. The last movement tweak was configurable sprite and sound effects for the levels. Now there is splashing in the caverns instead of dust puffs, as an example. Here's a little footage how the current movement looks and sounds in-game. Another thing I tried improving is the health bar. An animated one is something which is absolutely not a necessity for a game, but once you saw the Diablo 3 health globe, it cannot be unseen. Back to reality. I wanted to add a subtle sliding animation to better signal the player about the significance of the health change. I think it turned out wondrous. One nice touch which I really like is the atmospheric sound effects. In many games, if you mute the music, you can easily hear a lot of background effects, which do not come from entities in the world, but from the environment itself. Examples include crackling fire, rats squeaking, stuff like that. Am Overburdened is not a gothic themed nor a horror game, far from it actually, but I wanted to achieve a spooky overall feeling, so I added something similar. Let's listen to a small section of dripping water in the caves. Another one is rattling chains in the dungeons. There are a few more to make the various settings more alive and believable. Monster skills was a feature which is missing from the game for so long. I actually implemented the underlying system while working on the prototype. Yep, really long ago. But I had no time to actually add unique skills to the monsters. Now each and every one has its own thing, which makes them memorable and really stand out. Not just attribute differentiation like, ooh, careful, this one is strong, or this one is fast, blah blah, but instead something like, careful, this one can dodge your attacks, or that one can interrupt you and cancel your hit, or that pesky beast can resurrect, it is a real damage sponge. There are some neat ones which I will not spoil because they are really fun, powerful, and buy the game once it's out. There is no fun in spoiling everything. During a playtesting round I realized there is a huge problem with the pacing of the game. The gameplay did not change enough during a full playthrough, regardless of the changing environments, changing monsters, and increasing power levels. Another problem a lengthy game usually had are random numbers. It felt a little boring and a bit too random. The player had less control over the outcome than I desired. I realized a shop could solve these issues, but not a typical buy whatever you want whenever you want type, but more like a roguelike shop. that allows more player control, but it also presents another hard choice. Please welcome the Black Raven Market. Every first shop level sells random pickups like health potions, attributes, etc. And every second shop level sells random magic items, but you can only buy one stuff on each level. I'm evil, I know it. In a full playthrough, you will encounter 10 shop levels, which gives some extra space for player choice, and nicely breaks up the kill some monsters defending important loot and run to the next level immediately gameplay loop. I'm not a musician, and the following sneak peek into the official soundtrack of the game is proof of that. Regardless of it being pretty amateurish, I'm really proud of it. Instead of trying to make awesome music, which sadly I simply can't, I focused on adhering to some fundamentals I settled on before jumping onto composing, like making it sound retro to match the looks of the game, trying to leave a spooky and mysterious impression, focus on being consistent, using similar patterns and cues all the way, and gradually making the music more intense and chaotic as the game progresses. I should also mention that I used the wonderful Boska tool for composing. It's quite limited, but it is really easy to use. You should definitely check it out if you would like to make some cheap tunes. It is free and works in the browser too. You can find the link in the description of the video. The full soundtrack is around 50 minutes, so it's my longest work in this regard yet, plus it varies enough to not get too repetitive during a full playthrough. The following is a 1.5 minute long sneak peek from it. If you would like to skip it, there is a link to the end of the video, and there is also a standalone video version. For that, the link is in the description below. I hope it isn't grating at least. You can follow the game on regular contacts, though I extended the list with an IndieDB link, as it is favored by many indie game enthusiasts. As always, I am open for questions, comments and critique. Please leave them below the video. Thanks for watching. Take care.